things to know tonight. Number one, you probably have never said the words Alabama and kangaroo in the same sentence.
No. But
Kangaroo hopping down the highway in Alabama.
However,
a kangaroo named Sheila got away from its owner, making a go of it here on the highway. Sheila was eventually captured.
Roll-roo. That's the new slogan in Tuscaloosa.
Number two, Dave, we found one place that you will not eat.
Oh.
A burger joint in California. You like burgers, but the burgers are prepared by robots.
Oh, no.
It's a fully automated kitchen. Come on. People cook them, yes, but robots handle the rest. Would you like pickles or tomatoes or lettuce on that?
This is going to be a mess.
The robot handles it.
Why don't we put the robot in charge of, like, closer to, like, the oil? You know what I mean? Let them handle the fries and the burgers and then
toppings.
No, that's just silly.
Number three, there are faster getaway vehicles. Florida. We got a guy and a girl trying to escape the cops on a scooter. Wanted on drug charges, cops in pursuit. They made it easy for police because they fell. Police are soon there to make the arrest.
This is a Florida love story.
It is,
you know,
right?
It's a Florida man, Florida woman. You need like the Titanic theme song going underneath this.
Yeah.
And it's just hop on the scooter, babe. We're gonna get away. And they fall.
Skinned his knee. And now he's going to jail.
Yeah, well, there's an infirmary. There are.
This is the battlefield for our game of speed and strategy. These are the letters which lead to victory on Blockbusters. And here's the star of Blockbusters, Bill Cullen.
Hello there. Thank you. Hi there. Welcome. Oh, there, players. Boy. Thank you, Bob. Mr. Hilton, sir. Thanks to everybody for coming to we have people from Pittsburgh in our audience this day, have we? One person from Pittsburgh. Put your hand up, sir. Man. I do. Welcome to the show. This is Blockbusters, you know. They get us in Pittsburgh? Oh, they do. WIIC. As I live and breathe. Well, in case you missed it, you see, here on Blockbusters, what we do, we have a solo player and a family pair, and the idea is for them to compete against each other. Solo player has to make her way. Oh, let's first talk to you, Jerry. You know, you've had a little bad luck on the Gold Run board, but you've done fine in the playing of the game. You have $2,800, and you're undisputed champion at the moment. Welcome back, Jerry Smith.
Thank you.
So, have you talked to your husband since you were here last?
No, I haven't.
He gave you some advice about how to play Gold Run.
That's right. He told me that the last time I was up there, I waited too long on each answer, and so I should just shoot across this time, and I did just as badly this time as I did the first time.
You had some hard questions, some generation gap type questions. You're going to be playing against a very handsome brother and sister team, the captain, Michael Hansen, and his sister, Cindy Lee Hansen. Welcome. Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Cindy Lee.
Hi.
Well, Michael, you're the duly appointed or elected or whatever captain of this team, so what do you want to tell us about you?
Well, I'm the captain, but Cindy's the coach.
She is the coach, very good.
She's got the positive mental attitude.
Do you have, Michael, a positive mental attitude?
Not quite as good as hers.
Oh, yeah, I never had mine. It never got me anywhere. What do you do, Michael?
I'm an ex-student. I'm unemployed at the present time.
Uh-huh. Well, it's okay. You lost out on two, studentry and employment-wise.
Yeah.
Also available.
He's available?
Uh-huh.
For what?
For anything I get.
All right. Tell us about you, Cindy Lee.
Well, I'm currently a student, and probably will be for several years to come. Am I right?
And I gather you're not married because it's the same name bit. Am I right there?
That's right.
See how clever I am? Where are you a student?
University of California, Irvine.
Uh-huh.
And I study psychology.
Oh, boy. I'll be very careful.
That's why I have such a good mental attitude.
Oh, yeah. You have a good attitude. You ready to go, Jerry? You all have met. You all know each other, do you know? Okay, we're ready to start the game. There is our board, as he always says. The solo player is represented by the red, and it's up to them to make a path from top to bottom, as you see there. And the family pair, they're represented by the white, side to side. You see, it takes the family pair 5 moves, and the solo player only 4. There's the handicap. Everybody ready? That wasn't the best explanation of the game I've ever done, but you do understand it, do you not?
Yes.
All right. As a matter of fact, I confused myself. Say, you see that little W blinking there? That means we're going to begin with a W. Question coming, everybody ready? Michael and Cindy Lee, you know the moment you think you have the answer. Bang the hickey. Here comes question. What W is a woman chaser or an animal that howls? Jerry?
Wolf.
At the moon. Wolf is the answer, and that's how it's done. Where to, Jerry?
K, please.
Letter K. K question. What K is the German word for children's garden? Yes, Cindy Lee.
Kindergarten?
Kindergarten is the right answer, Cindy Lee. You got it. Kinder. Kinder means children, and garten means garden, or words to that effect. Where to, Cindy Lee?
N, please.
N question coming. What N is the product that's advertised as the medicated comfort shave? Hey, Jerry.
Noxzema?
Noxzema it is, and you were first there and you get the answer. I saw Michael and Cindy Lee, they hit the buttons, but not quite in time. First button that goes down makes contact. Where to, Jerry?
M, please.
Letter M. Solo player, making that top to bottom. Question. What M uses the theme song Semper Fidelis? Cindy Lee.
Marines?
Yes, Cindy Lee, you got it again. Always faithful. Well, the family pair is sort of separated there, board-wise. Where are you going, Cindy Lee?
Can I consult with my brother?
Nope, no, here's a point. No, a psychology major with a positive attitude like yours.
Right.
Come right up there and make us a dumb selection there.
Well, Coach says go to G.
Go to G. That's not what my coach said. Not then my coach was. Here we go. Everybody ready? It's a G answer. What G do birds swallow with their food to aid... Michael.
Gravel.
Good for you, Michael, out of a clear blue birdcage. The full question is, what G do birds swallow with their food to aid the grinding process for digestion and clear off the floor of the cage so they can read the funnies? That was the answer. I added that last. Where are you going, Michael?
S, please.
Okay, look at the family pair go there. Here comes an S question. What S is a carpenter's tool or a kind of country dance? Jerry? Time. Repeat it now. Ooh, the family pair gets some thinking time. What S is a carpenter's tool or a kind of country dance? Captain?
Saw.
What did you say?
Saw.
Sock?
Saw.
Saw.
Yeah.
No. Want to take another guess? Can't give you credit for it, but saw is a good answer. It's a carpenter's tool, but I never saw a bunch of people going to a saw dance. Square. Oh, square. See there? We even taught a psychology major or something here. Anyway, okay, nothing happens there. We just come up with another S question, and we continue to do that until you folk over there answer one correctly. Here comes an S for you. What S is a 1966 Elvis movie, or what a car does when it hits a corner too fast? Michael.
Spin out?
You got it. Absolutely. Spin out is the answer. Spin out was 100 times better than saw, Michael. It paid off for you. Where do you want to go now?
A.
Okay. Family pair going for A, and of course Jerry wants to block, and here's the A question. What A is the word that means love, compassion, hello? Yes, Jerry?
Aloha?
And goodbye in Hawaiian, aloha is the answer. That's all right. I knew it meant hello and goodbye. I did not know it meant love and compassion. Anyway, it does. So a solo player, Jerry gets it. And where are you going?
T, please.
All right. Block wouldn't be bad for the family pair here, if you were so inclined. Question. What T was the hit song that came from the Broadway musical Annie? Jerry.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the right answer. Jerry got that one. There's still a little room for Michael and Cindy Lee to squeeze through. Where are you going, Jerry?
P, please.
Okay, see what happens. The letter P, and this, as you see, could do it. So you want to block, family pair. Question, possible game for the solo player. What P is Mammy Yoakum's first name, or a pink or purple garden flower? Jerry for the game.
Peony?
No, by golly. Repeat for the family pair. What P is Mammy Yoakum's first name or a pink or purple garden flower? Cindy?
A poppy?
No. Pansy. Pansy. We had a peony and a poppy, and we were looking for a pansy. That's right. Not all that hard. P question, come on, everybody ready. What P is a kind of ancient house, a baker's tool, or what you do to an apple to get possible game?
Pear?
No. What P is a kind of ancient house, family pair, a baker's tool, or what you do to an apple to get the skin off? Yes?
Peel?
Peel is the right answer, sure. The house of peel. The house of peel, and the baker's tool, that's what I think they use to pick up the, it's a long-handled sort of spatula, wooden spatula. Anyway, the family pair blocked, and look at the condition of the board. For that matter, look at the condition of the MC. Where are you going now, Cindy Lee? You came up with the answer.
We'll go for R.
Sure pays to major in psychology.
Yeah, that's what my dad said.
You know what you're doing? You're psyching yourself out. Okay, anyway, there's the R. If the family pair gets it, now they win the game. So it's a possible win for the family pair. And Jerry, you're put in the defensive position. Question. What R is a vegetable that's name in Swedish means baggy root? Jerry.
Rutabaga?
Rutabaga is the right answer. You block. Well, now. All right, where to, Jerry?
U, please.
The letter U. And you see what happens if Jerry gets the U. That's game. If the family pair gets in first and they get the U, it is also game. So it can go either way off this answer. Here comes a question. Boy, it's a big one. What U is the U in ILGWU? Michael for the game.
Union?
Union is right, Michael. You won game one. $500. There it is. ILGWU is the International Ladies Garment Workers Union. Union was the right answer. The family pair pick up $500, and you have one leg up toward the 5,000 possibility. We'll be back in just a moment, but right now, this.
Concentrate.
For heaven's sake.
Well, for heaven's sake, yeah. Ready to play?
If you're on supplemental...
Bob Hilton just telling the audience here how during the war, when he was in the service, how he was decorated. Well, not decorated, lit up is more to the... In any event, we have right now a family pair with $500 more than they had when they came in here, and an advantage in this particular match. So, Jerry, your work's cut out for you. Going to begin this game, game two, possible tie for our solo player, or win for the family pair, beginning with C. Here comes the first question. What C is a cigarette and a desert... Michael.
Camel.
Animal. Camel is the right answer. Family pair scores first. Yes, Michael?
G, please.
Okay, letter G. What G are Lorne, Jerry,
Green.
and Shecky? Green is the right answer. Good. Lorne Green and Shecky Green. Where are you going, Jerry?
V, please.
Solo players trying to tie this match up. Here it comes. What V is a white wine flavored with aromatic herbs? Jerry?
Vermouth.
Vermouth is the right answer, and you have another. A pretty good guess at that point. Wise to guess. So, where to?
A, please.
Letter A. What A is the rock group founded by Eric... Yes, Jerry?
ABBA.
Nope. I repeat it now for the family pair. What A is the rock group founded by Eric Burden, or what people go to visit at a zoo? Anybody? There will be no booing from the audience. My audience, what's the answer? Animals. Sure, that's what people go to visit at the zoo. Okay, well, what we do now is come up with another. You like that, Jerry, huh? Glad that wasn't knocked off. Here comes another A question. What A were the forces that battled the Axis powers? Michael.
Allies.
Allies is the right answer. Okay. There's our game board up there, and we'll be back to pick it up in just a moment. But right now, we have to go out and earn some money so we can give all of the most of it. Well, we keep a lot. Anyway, here it is. You know, been away from Pittsburgh too long. That's the problem. I have a note here that one of the alert members of our staff has just penned in beautiful handwriting. In Pittsburgh, I had given a moment ago the call letters of the incorrect call letters. That is not the station that carries our show. Our show is on WPXI in Pittsburgh. WPXI at 11 a.m. So, you people in Pittsburgh, thank you, Norman Luboff. You people in Pittsburgh who are not watching WPXI are not seeing our show. And also, to the alert member of our staff, Pittsburgh is spelled with an H on the end. Now then, to pick up the business at hand, or at foot, wherever you have your bit. Never mind. The family pair had answered correctly, and that's you, Michael, because it was your answer. Where do you want to go?
L.
Okay, the letter L. Here comes an L question. What L is the kind of stick that a clarinet is often, Jerry,
Licorice?
called? Licorice is the right answer, Jerry, and that's you. You're doing a come from behind battle at this point, Jerry. Where are you going?
T, please.
Letter T. Trying to make that top-bottom connection. Question coming. What T is where Dolly Parton was raised? Michael.
Tennessee.
Tennessee is the right answer. And that goes to the family pair. Okay, the family pair already have game 1-1. Where are you going, Michael?
How about J?
Sure, J's a good question. Good letter. Here comes a J question. What J do some people do to their memory? Yes, Jerry.
Jog?
And other people do for exercise. Jog is the right answer. That's good. So Jerry got in there with a block again, and where to?
P, please.
Letter P. What P were the first to bring donuts and the Protestant religion? Yes, Jerry?
Pilgrims?
Pilgrims is the right answer. I didn't know that. It's very interesting, too. Two widely diversified facts. The Pilgrims were the first to bring donuts and the Protestant religion to America. We all know about the donuts, but... Where are you going, Jerry?
S.
Okay. Hey, look what happens. If Jerry comes up and gets this answer, or even she stays there and gets this answer, she wins the game and ties the match. Michael and Cindy Lee won a block. So it's a big one. Here comes. What S is the insignia of a general in... Michael?
Star.
Star is the right answer. U.S. Army. And you block. Time's caught up with us. We're going to hold there for a little moment, if you don't mind. Be back in just a moment. Meantime, all you folks in Pittsburgh, watch this. Credit where credit is due. We have a very bright, sharp audience with us today because they came up with a very good bit of reasoning. The reason the religion, Protestant religion, and donuts were both brought over by the Pilgrims is because they're both holy subjects. Oh, we didn't get that from our audience. We got that from Carson's audience across the hall. They're sharp. They have to pass the test to get in. Ready to go, family pair? Solo player. Board indicates there. White's the family pair. They need one more for the match. Red's the solo player. She needs one to stay in there. Here comes question. The answer begins with S. Everybody ready? What S is the nickname?
Wait.
Are you sure?
It doesn't? Well, I haven't finished it. I certainly can change that. What I am actually going to do is what S is the nickname of the person who I'm going to ask to choose a letter now. And it's old Sandy Michael over there. You see, Michael, you had answered correctly last time. Had you not, Michael?
That's correct.
Back me up, Michael. I need all the help I can get. Thank you, Michael. Michael, what letter would you like to select for your next tryout here?
W?
Can't send you an S, huh? Okay. You got a W coming up for the family fair here. Here it comes. W question. What S was... This is silly time. I think it was the last show of the series. W question. W question. Here, everybody ready now because this means a lot to me. What W was only about a mile from his parents' house, but is where Henry Thoreau sought Jerry?
Walden.
Seclusion to do his writing. Walden is the right answer, Jerry. Good luck. Good luck. That board is an unmitigated mess. Where are you going, Jerry?
H, please.
And if Jerry gets the S, you see what happens. She... There's something in my head that has an S in it. If Jerry gets the H, she will have won the game and tied the match. And if she gets the S, she'll make me happy. Here comes an H question. This is a big one for you, Jerry. Answer starts with H. Michael, H. Sherry Lee, Cindy Lee, S. H. Question. What H was an American car manufacturer or a river? Jerry?
Hudson.
In New York State, and that goes to the solo play. I didn't help much in that game, but you all went along playing fine. We'll be back here in just a moment with a time match, but right now, we're going to pause to give me a chance to collect my thoughts. There's one over there, and there's two. Hanson, now, Michael, you are between school and work.
Right. I just graduated from UCLA.
Uh-huh.
And I was a psychobiology major.
Oh, boy.
And I want to get in the stock market, but haven't had a whole lot of success.
You want to
yet.
get in what?
Stock market.
Oh, the stock market. Very good, very good. You as a broker or an
Yeah, as a
advisor?
broker.
Okay, I hope you make it. I got some great advice for you.
What is it?
Stay on the market. No, actually, it's a fine place to be. You know how Blockbusters is played? The market is created by supply and demand. If people want to buy, people will bargain. No, the family pair makes their way from side to side, and they're represented by little white hexagons. And then if they connect, they win the game. Solo player, from top to bottom, represented by the red, and that's the way it works. The handicap is it takes the family pair 5 right moves to do it, and the solo player only 1. This is a good game, or a good match, because right now it's tied at a game apiece. You get $500 for winning the game. First side that wins 2 wins the match, and a crack at $5,000 more. So we're all even at this point. Our champion and our challengers, the team that wins this game goes on to Gold Run. Going to begin this game with the letter Q. Oh, that's good, because how many things start with Q? Not many, I venture. Here comes a Q question. You ready, Jerry? Cindy? Michael? Question. What Q is the first name of the cartoon horse? Yes, Jerry?
Quincy.
Okay. Now I repeat it for either Cindy Lee or Michael. What Q is the first name of the cartoon horse named McGraw? Yes, Michael?
Quick Draw.
Quick Draw McGraw is the right answer. Yes. Okay, where are you going, Michael?
L.
Letter L, you're working right across. Question, what L are the shellfish caught in pots? Jerry?
Lobster.
Lobster's the right answer. The solo player's on the board. Good luck. Where to, Jerry?
R, please.
Letter R. Everybody ready with your buttons. What R was the name of the little man who was able to spin straw? Jerry?
Rumpelstiltskin.
Into gold. Rumpelstiltskin is the answer. Yeah.
M, please.
Look at her go. You want to block it here, Cindy Lee or Michael. Try and get back on your path. Question. What M did the average American eat 147 pounds? Jerry?
Meat.
Of in 1979. Meat is the answer, and you did it again. Ooh. Look how quickly we got to this position. Where are you going?
Oh, please.
On any three ways, she chose the O, and Cindy, Lee, or Michael, it's block now or never. O question could be a game and match. Question, what O did Tokyo have in 1964? This is Cindy Lee.
Olympics?
Good block. That's the right answer. Tokyo had in 1964 that Mexico City had in 1968. Olympics was the answer. Well, that was a good block, Cindy Lee. Where are you going?
I think I'll try the H, please.
Okay, letter H for the family pair. Not a bad bit of strategy going over there at this moment. Here's the question. What H requires over 30,000 B-loads of nectar to make... Jerry?
Honey.
1 pound. Honey is the right answer. What are 30,000 B-loads? I mean, I know I know 2,000 pounds are a ton, but 30,000 B-loads makes a pound of honey. Okay, mine's certainly not to reason or taste. Where are you going, Jerry?
T, please.
That's our solo player. And look what happens if Jerry comes up with this answer. Another block spot for you two. T question. What T does Mardi Gras always fall on? For the game of the match, Jerry.
Thursday?
Nope, repeat it now. Oh boy, for Cindy, Lee, or Michael. What T does Mardi Gras always fall on? Who wants it? Okay, Cindy Lee.
Tuesday?
Tuesday's the right answer. That was a good block. Oh. You only missed by 48 hours, Jerry. Could have ended the whole bit there. Cindy Lee, it was a good block again. And where do you want to go?
N, please.
Okay, the letter N. That's the family pair choosing. And here's the question. What N did Lloyd's of London insure on Jimmy... Cindy Lee.
Nose?
Durante. Nose is the right answer. Yes. Game's getting close. Where to?
G, please.
Letter G. You would want to block if you can, Jerry, although that's not the big one for you. Here comes the G question. What G was developed around 1912 and is the modern relative of the corset? Jerry.
Girdle.
Girdle is the right answer, Jerry, and you get that one. That is getting to be a busy board, and Jerry, where are you going?
B.
Once again, Jerry's in the position. If she gets the B, she wins the game and the match. Family pair wants to block. Question. What B performed most surgery prior to the 16th century? That's Michael.
Barbers.
Barbers is the right answer, and a good block, Michael. Good game, too. Boy, did they ever lengthen your path, Jerry. Michael, it's your selection. Where are you going, he asks.
E.
Where else? If they get the E, that's game and match for the family pair. Look how it's changed. You want to block now, Jerry. Question. Answer starts with an E. Big one. What E was the engineer who designed the tower for the game and match?
Eiffel?
Eiffel is the right answer. You've won it all. Congratulations. Very good game. The family pair wins it in the match. The full question, the engineer who designed the tower for the exhibition in Paris during 1889, Eiffel was the answer. And Jerry Smith, you played extremely well. And you have something to show for your labors, $3,300, and our thanks to you for doing this. Thank you, Jerry. Good right there. Cindy Lee and Michael will give you a shot at the $5,000 extra on Gold Run in a moment, but right now we're going to pause, flatten her some dough so we can put her up here. Our family pair just came on the show the last time, and here they are in the driver's seat, as it were. They won the match, picked up $1,000, Cindy Lee and Michael. These are the Hansons I'm talking to. And Michael, you're the captain. One of you is going to have to come up here and meet the foe being our board, although sometimes it's friendlier than others. Who's going to do it?
I'm going to do it this time.
Michael Hansen is coming up here to try his hand in winning $5,000 more on Gold Run. Come on up, Michael. I give you my free good luck handshake. No charge, right there. Well, there's the board up there. You've seen this before, I know, because all of our players get a chance to watch the show. Sort of required watching, as we say. The idea for you, Michael, is to connect the goal to the goal. The moment you do, $5,000 is yours. If you miss, we throw a block up, and because some of the questions are easier than others, you should be able to work around your block, the block we throw up, and make the connection for the $5,000. You have 60 seconds in which to do all this. All right, put the 60 seconds on the clock. You ready, reasonably ready to go, Michael?
Reasonably.
Okay, we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
The clock will begin counting down when you tell me your first set of initials. Good luck.
LH.
Film about Shangri-La.
Lost Horizon.
Right.
Annie.
Home of the Patriots.
New England.
Yes.
WJ.
American philosopher.
Pass. CHL.
George Kennedy won an Oscar for this film.
Pass. DGUTS.
Cry of the War of 1812.
Pass. DB.
Starred in the courtship of Eddie's father.
Bill Bixby.
Yes.
MG.
He helped set India free.
Pass. AYLI.
A Shakespearean comedy.
Pass. HDAL.
Donald Duck's nephews.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yes.
VI.
We bought them from Denmark. Oh boy. Well, you did quite well, but look at the way the block formed in front of you there. Let's take the ones you missed, starting over in the lower left-hand corner. The AYLI, a Shakespearean comedy, As You Like It. As You Like It. Next on the line was DGUTS, Cry of the War of 1812. Don't give up the ship. That's hard to remember. You might have surmised that. MG, he helped set India free. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi.
I couldn't think of the first name.
Yeah, well, WJ, American philosopher, William James, not all that common information. CHL, George Kennedy won an Oscar for this film. Got that yet? Cool Hand Luke. And VI, we bought them from Denmark, the Virgin Islands. You do have 1, 2, 3, 4 right answers. That's at $100 a piece. Couple added to the $1,000 you've already won. $1,400. Go on back there and get comfortable. And we'll be back here and pick all this up in just a moment. But right now, we're going to pause while you watch